So today we are going to be talking about Brown Mogotsi Day. I've named it Brown Mogotsi Day. Today, November the 4th, is forever going to be known to me as Brown's Day, because today Brown tried to pull one over on the people of South Africa, and he thought that he would get the best of us, I think. But ever since Thabo Bester, see what I did there? It takes a lot more than that. So we are going to be talking about what happened. So this morning, news broke that Brown Mogotsi had survived an alleged hit last night. He was driving this red Chevy sedan on the way to Vosloorus, and on the way, someone opened fire on the car. 11 bullets, and we saw images of the car. It was ruined. There was through the windscreen, through the window, through the side of the car, and Brown managed to escape completely unscathed. Not a single bullet wound, not a single scratch on his body. He is either the luckiest man on earth, or these hitmen are the worst hitmen in history, because already South Africa was not buying the story, because we were thinking out of all the cars that Brown was driving, the Chevy sedan is not probably something that is well known in his fleet. This is a well-known businessman. He is suspected to be the go-between Sensor Mkhunu and Kat Matala, and he is known to drive around in flashy cars, in the Audis, in BMWs, and none of those were shot at. It is this Chevy sedan that looks a little bit beat up, in my own opinion, before it was even shot at. I wonder if he went to his garage and he looked at his least favorite or his oldest car and he was like, let's pick that one. Because what has come out is that Brown is MIA. So according to witnesses who were at the scene last night, they heard gunshots and they stopped. And they saw Brown coming out of a VW Polo.
We went there with my guys here. We used to patrol together. Then we didn't find no one here there in the car. When I come back, I found Brown Mogotsi. He was on the way to us with a white Golf. And then those guys for white Golf, they come and drop him there by the scene. Then I took him to where I'm staying. Yeah. Then he just keep the ID. I said, guys, I'm Brown Mogotsi, can you help me?
What did he explain to you about what exactly was happening when you found him there?
He said there's a guy who's following him from Spruit View, BP Garage. Then I told him, can I call the police? He said, no. Don't call the police, because those police, I'm wanted by the police. I said, who may I call? Who may I call? He said, no, don't call the police. Then I call one of my guys that we know. He used to work with a hijacked car. Yeah. Then I gave him the registration number for that car. Can you check this car if is hijacked, is reported hijacked? Then the guy come back to me, he said, no, that car is a company car.
Were you concerned at all at the fact that he didn't want you to call the police and alert them to what was happening?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He just say, no, don't call the police. And my brother, he already called the police. And on that call, he just put me in on the call. When they tried to pull the police, most of those police, they were refused to come. They said, no, Brown Mogotsi, real Brown Mogotsi. I said, yes, it's real Brown Mogotsi, is here. I took my phone and sent the location for everyone to dispatch the location. Yes.
What kind of condition was he in? Was he shocked? Just talk to me about how.
He was shaking, like when the lights of the car arrived, he just ran to the toilet, just nearby us here. He just ran inside there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to you, did it look like a situation where anybody had been following you?
No.
Following him?
No, there was no one following him, because the lady who was next to him when he's busy shooting, even now she's traumatized.
Yeah.
She's traumatized even now, because he was shooting that car facing his direction, yeah, for that lady direction.
We've heard allegations he hopped into a car. Could you maybe confirm or deny this, that his security personnel arrived quite quickly as well?
No, those guys, they took almost, everyone that I called, they took almost 1 hour, couple minutes. Okay. There's no one who all of them, they were refusing to come to the scene. Okay. Yes.
Did he say where he was going?
Yeah, he said he's going, you show this at Don Park site, but I can't remember the name.
Being dropped off at the scene after the gunshots had already rung out into that car. And he was telling everyone, I'm Brown Mogotsi, I'm Brown Mogotsi. Everyone knew he was because he's been so much on the news. And people were concerned, and they said that he looked visibly distressed. He was dropped off in this VW Polo, but this happened after those bullets. And I wonder if he had maybe some tomato sauce or something in his pocket that he was going to use to cook up a story, because what we do know is that witnesses were concerned. I mean, we have a lot of good Samaritans in South Africa, and they tried to, help him because he was distressed. They offered to call the police. He said, no, don't call the police. I'm a wanted man. And what they also did is that they called the police anyway, because, this is a bullet-ridden car. I would do the same. And the police didn't even believe them. The police thought it was a prank. And it took them some convincing to even get them to the scene, because they didn't believe that Brown Mogotsi had been shot at. And Brown was supposed to present himself today to the police on Tuesday morning, and he has been MIA. We don't know where he is. And police have come out and they said that they will charge him with obstruction of justice if this is indeed a staged hit, because this is very serious waste of state resources. We know that they had the ballistics team out there today. They possibly had members of perhaps maybe even the PKTT out. We know that they probably sent in the best people, because Brown is a high profile case, so high profile that he is supposed to testify in front of the Madlanga Commission. Now, the question we have to ask ourselves is, if this was staged, what was the motive? So was Brown hiding from the cartel? Was he hiding from the police? Did he want us as South Africans to feel sorry for him? To think that, hey, listen, people are trying to kill you as well. And we have to ask ourselves, what do you think the motive is? Comment below. Did he want free police protection? We know he already has. He's a very wealthy man. He has an army of bodyguards and personal protection security officers that secure his safety. And I'm just thinking, these are the actions of a desperate man. A desperate man and desperate measures. When people are backed against the wall, we saw this with the Sings and the Klute and Thomas Murray case. When people are backed against a wall, then they do increasingly desperate things. And this makes me think that Brown Mogotsi is someone who is backed against a wall, and he is increasingly trying desperate measures. And let me know what you comment below, because you can't even make this stuff up. Like I said, 4th of November is forever going to be known to me as Brown Mogotsi Day, because it was just so insanely crazy.